Hello, it's Miss Gina. Oh, and you're at story time, and it's time for WishWorks Inc. I just call it Wish because there's an important wish involved. You're with Miss Gina. I'm Miss Gina. I'm glad you're here. You're at Gina's Planet. And so, without further ado, we're on chapter 7. So you remember Max made a wish for a dog, and then there was a dog that showed up that was lost, and his sister wanted it, so they now have a dog, but it's not the dog he imagined. So we're on chapter 7. This is where we left off. Chapter 7. Okay, Max, Mother said as soon as Mrs. Kavitsky left. You've got your dog. I'll pick up all the things we'll need for her on my way home from work tonight. But she's absolutely disgustingly dirty. She checked her watch. There's just time for school for you to give her a bath. There's just time before school for you to give her a bath. Oh, goody. A bath? I've never given a dog a bath. It isn't hard. Water in tub, dog in tub, wash dog, rinse dog, dry it with towels. I'll get you some old ones, and you can use Polly's No Tears shampoo. You said if you could have a dog, you'd take care of it. Max had to drag the ratty little dog out from under the couch 3 times. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3. Can you believe it? 3 times. As soon as he let her go, she would run right back after Ali Baba and get stuck again. Finally, he had to carry her, wriggling and whining, into the bathroom and shut the door. As he ran water in the tub, the dog scratched and whined to get out and chase Ali Baba. Then, when he put her into the tub, she struggled and splashed and tried to climb out. She scratched Max's arms with her sharp little claws. She didn't like getting a bath. Tough, Max told her. I don't like giving you a bath either. By the time Max was finished, he was as wet as the dog. When he tried to dry her, the dog grabbed a corner of the towel in her teeth and started struggling. No. She started tugging. She's pulling it. Give me that towel. So he's fighting with the dog over the towel, and he's getting all scratched up. Dog's not what he thought it was going to be. Max was surprised at how strong she was. He couldn't get the towel away from her. Even though her claws slipped on the wet tile floor, he dragged the dog around the bathroom until finally the corner of the towel tore completely off. This real live dog had very sharp teeth. Even clean, the dog was ugly. Really, really ugly, Max thought. Polly didn't think so. Polly thought the dog was cuter than ever. Mother said the dog was lovely color. She also said they should name her quickly so she could get used to her name. Polly wanted to call the dog Cuddles. Max suggested Ratty. Mother didn't listen to either of them. She named the dog Goldie. Max decided he would stick with Ratty anyway. When it was time to leave for school, Mother said, it seems as if Ali Baba can hold his own with this dog. But until they get used to each other, we probably shouldn't leave them alone together. She's yours, Max. When we aren't here, she'll have to stay in your room. So Max dragged the still damp dog back out from under the couch. Sit and stay, Ratty, he said as he closed his door. But he could hear that she wasn't sitting or staying. No pictures. We'll have to imagine what's happening. to use our mind's eye, our visualizations, our creative imagination in our mind. Or staying. She wasn't sitting or staying. When they got to the bus stop, Polly was still talking about their new dog. Max wanted her to quit. He wanted to forget how badly his wish had turned out. Jerome Fisher was the one of the kids waiting for the school bus. He noticed he must live nearby. He and Max were the only third graders who got on at this stop. When Jerome got onto the bus, he sat near the back by himself. Max would have liked to sit with him instead of Polly. He wanted to ask what it was like having a policeman for a father, but Mother had said he had to sit with Polly till she had friends of her own to sit with. Isn't she the most beautiful dog you ever saw? Polly asked him as he sat down next to her. Aren't you glad you finally got a dog of your very own? Will you let me feed her and walk her sometimes? Will you? Will you? Any time, Max said. Any old time. All morning. Max had trouble paying attention in class. All he could think about was his wish and the horrible little rat dog. Mr. Malone accused him of daydreaming 2 different times. At lunch, Nick Berger sat down next to Max. Lewis sat on the other side of him and Rocco stood behind him. Give me that bag of potato chips, Nick said. He already had a bag of chips they'd taken from a 2nd grader and a pudding cup from Caitlin. Max gave him the bag of chips and the 3 of them went off to share their loot. Max didn't care. There were worse things in life than losing a bag of potato chips. Jerome was sitting at the next table. He threw Max a half-empty bag of pretzels and mouthed the word trolls. Max grinned and nodded. On the bus ride home, Polly went right to talking about the dog. Max slumped in his seat and put his hands over his ears. He thought and thought about his guaranteed wish. He remembered the exact words he'd used when he'd made it. A real live dog. Clearly his wish had come true. Ratty was a dog. She was alive. And she was currently real. The scratches on his arms proved that. But she wasn't the dog he wanted. It was King he'd been thinking about when he made his wish. The man at WishWorks, Inc. should have known that. King had been sitting right there on the sidewalk outside the shop at the time. What good was a guaranteed wish if it didn't match what you were thinking about when you made it? It had all gone awfully, horribly, dreadfully wrong. And here's Max and his sister Polly sitting on the bus. He's covering his ears because she's talking about that dog. And that dog is obviously not King, his daydreamed, imagined dog. And he's very disappointed. All right, so next time we're on page 59, and tomorrow we'll be on page 60, and that's chapter 8. When Max got home from school and found that Ratty had chewed the ears off of his teddy bear, and so we'll leave you hanging. Page 60 tomorrow. All right. So I want you to remember to read more in 2024 and grow your brain. And I'll see you next time. And I hope you enjoyed that story. Bye-bye.